The heart knows truths that the mind spends a lifetime trying to understand, for the deepest wisdom often lives where reason cannot see. We search endlessly for certainty, yet the most important decisions in life are made not by logic but by quiet movements of the soul. Man is a paradox, capable of soaring toward the infinite and collapsing before the smallest fear, torn between greatness and misery, never fully satisfied with the world nor with himself. Our desires stretch beyond our strength, and our strength collapses beneath our desires, and in this tension we discover what it means to be human. We seek happiness in pleasures that fade, forgetting that the hunger of the heart can never be fed by the dust of the earth. Silence teaches more than noise, and in the stillness of solitude we hear the faint whisper of truth calling us back to our true nature. Pride blinds us more sharply than darkness, for the proud man sees only what affirms him and ignores everything that could free him. The greatest battle is not against others but against the illusions we create to avoid confronting ourselves. Man fears the truth not because it is harsh but because it demands transformation, and transformation asks us to let go of what we cling to most tightly. Thought is both our dignity and our torment, lifting us above the beasts yet condemning us to question every breath we take. The more we know, the more we uncover the vastness of our ignorance, and this realization, though humbling, becomes the first step toward wisdom. The heart resists reason when reason threatens its desires, and reason resists the heart when the heart threatens its certainties, and thus man is never fully at peace within. We judge others to avoid judging ourselves, and in blaming the world we protect the fragile image we desperately want to maintain. To understand another's soul is a miracle, for even understanding our own is a lifelong labor that often ends unfinished. Greatness is not found in triumph but in the courage to rise after defeat, for every fall reveals the strength that was sleeping within us. The world teaches us to chase what glitters, yet the most valuable things are often hidden in the shadows of humility. We run from boredom, yet in doing so we run from ourselves, filling our days with distractions to avoid the quiet that reveals who we truly are. True clarity comes not from thinking more but from thinking honestly, stripping away the comforts of illusion and facing reality as it stands. Fear often disguises itself as wisdom, caution, or prudence, but at its core it is merely the refusal to trust the unseen possibilities of life. Time unmasks all things, revealing the emptiness of our vanities and the quiet endurance of our virtues. We cling to the opinions of others as though they define us, yet the moment we are alone we feel the fragility of those borrowed identities. The human spirit longs for meaning, and in the absence of meaning it will invent stories, rituals, and idols simply to escape the terror of emptiness. Our weaknesses teach us more than our strengths, for in weakness we discover humility, and in humility we find truth. Every man carries a war within himself, a conflict between what he is and what he ought to become, and this war shapes the destiny of his soul. Happiness becomes elusive when we seek it directly, for it is not a destination but a byproduct of living with purpose, compassion, and truth. We fear suffering, yet suffering reveals the limits of our illusions and invites us toward the light that comfort often hides. The smallest act of kindness has more power than the greatest theory, for love transforms what reason merely observes. We build walls around our hearts to protect ourselves, yet those same walls imprison the love we desperately seek. Hope is a fragile flame, but even the faintest spark can light the darkness of an entire life. The contradictions within us are not flaws but testimonies of our complexity, signs that we are made for something greater than this fractured world. To know oneself is not to catalog every thought but to recognize the forces that move us, fear, love, pride, longing, and to choose wisely which ones we obey. We are capable of immense good when we choose humility over pride, forgiveness over vengeance, and compassion over judgment. The more we chase the things of the world, the more they slip through our fingers, for nothing finite can satisfy an infinite longing. Man builds his life around illusions of control, yet a single moment can shatter those illusions and reveal how vulnerable he truly is. Courage is not the absence of fear but the mastery of it, a quiet resolve that guides us through uncertainty. Our greatest suffering comes from resisting what we cannot change, and our greatest peace comes from accepting what we cannot control. The soul grows in silence, in struggle, and in surrender, for these moments strip away the noise that deceives us. True strength lies not in dominating others but in mastering ourselves, disciplining our impulses, and aligning our actions with our deepest values. We remember pain more vividly than joy because pain demands attention, while joy slips gently through the heart like a passing breeze. We search for permanence in a world built on change, forgetting that the only lasting truths are those within. The mind is powerful but limited, capable of piercing the mysteries of nature but incapable of understanding the longing of the heart. Every life is a mixture of shadow and light, and wisdom consists in recognizing both without despairing of either. The pursuit of truth demands courage, for truth unsettles, challenges, and transforms, refusing to let us remain who we were. The more we love, the more vulnerable we become, yet the more invincible our lives grow, for love gives meaning to all things. We chase recognition because we fear insignificance, forgetting that significance is found not in applause but in authenticity. Life is fleeting, and yet we live as though time were an endless resource, wasting moments that might have shaped our souls. To understand suffering is to understand humanity, for suffering unites us more deeply than joy ever can. The heart grows wiser through wounds, for each scar teaches a lesson that comfort never could. The search for truth is endless, for every answered question leads to deeper mysteries that call us forward. We are torn between what we want to be and what we fear becoming, and this tension shapes every choice we make. The greatest illusion is that happiness lies outside ourselves, in things we can touch, possess, or control. Our dignity comes not from intelligence but from the ability to choose love, humility, and goodness even when pride and fear tempt us otherwise.